Alright everybody, I'm going to do kind of a review of this quadcopter. It is a X5C Gyroscope 2.4G Explorers 4-channel 2.4G remote control quadcopter. You can get it on eBay, I think, for about 40-50 bucks. One thing I would recommend if you're going to buy this right off the bat is get a bunch of batteries. The battery only lasts like 15 minutes, so it's nice to have like 5 or 6 batteries. The remote needs 4 AA batteries too. I just put that tape on there because it has a screw, and that's kind of annoying to screw it and unscrew it every time when I can just peel up a little tape and do it. Anyway, it's one of the modifications I made, and I think I might do a couple more, but I'm not sure. I might just upgrade from here. I did get another one that I'll talk about and do some videos on later. This, in my opinion, is an extremely easy to use quadcopter. It really levels out and responds really well. The first couple days it takes some time getting used to it, and it'll seem like you can't get it, but with a little practice, I'd say, a couple hours practice, it really does get easy. I was just out in the wind today, and I'll put some video at the end. And the wind's blowing maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour, which is probably too much for this drone, but I could handle it pretty well. And I have been burned before. One thing about droning is you want to try to keep it, if you can, under like 15 feet off the ground in any even slight wind situations. I've found if you shoot it up to 60, 80 feet in the air, the wind will catch it and it'll go out of range pretty fast, and you'll have to find a way to get out of a tall tree, which I have found that one of those grill cleaner tools attached to a big long rope, it'll hook up in the tree, and you can shake the tree real good, and then you can really pull on it, and if it breaks it, who cares? It's a plastic. But they come out of the trees pretty well, if you follow me. Some basic things about it is you get extra propellers and motors, and you can buy the propellers and motors, and I will do a how to change the propellers and motors video once I have to. And I have bashed the heck out of this thing. I've sent it on main roads. I mean, you can even see here, it's got grass stains and dirt and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. I just bashed it, and nothing bad has happened to the blades or the motors. The motors are, you look at the back here, the motors are this tiny little piece there. And basically, you just take out these 3 screws, and this whole part comes out, and the motor looks like a really tiny, like, battery, or a really thin, those firecrackers you used to get when you were a kid. This does have a camera, which I want to talk about, because the back is green and the front is orange. So write your name and your phone number on there and write reward if found, because it will go in a tree. But I talk about that. So this is the back. The camera's facing forward, and when you first get this, what you want to do is you lift it up, and the controllers here, this is forward and this is back as far as the plane moving forward and back, and then this is how fast the propellers are moving. This is all the way fastest, of course, and this is not. So you got it hovering, and let's say it's at that point, and then you want to move it forward to fly across the room, and you push that. So you get across the room, and then you're hovering again, and then you pull it backwards, and it comes straight back at you, right? And so your video then is just forward and back, like a vacuum cleaner, if that makes sense. What's really hard to do with the drone, and you have to force yourself to do, or a quadcopter or anything, is make sure that the front is always the front. Because if you upgrade and you go to where it's giving you feedback on like an iPod or something like that, that's what you're always going to see is the front, and you can't, you could go backwards, but you could crash, right? You can't see anything. So when you get it, what you want to do is you want to send it across the room, and then you want to use this, and you go left and right, and it turns this on an axis like that, right? You want to get it, you want to turn it till it's going right straight back at you, and then you want to go forward again and have it come back towards you, which seems opposite. But it really doesn't take long to get used to that. And once you start doing that, that's when you can start doing some really fun things like racing through warehouses and, you know, putting it through hoops and holes and through trees and all kinds of crazy stuff because you're flying it first person. It does have a button right here, and I think on one of the videos I have coming after this, if you push this button and then like forward, it'll do a front flip, and if you push this button and left or right, it'll do a barrel roll, and if you push this button and back, it does a back flip. This right down here, if you push it forward, it takes pictures with that camera. If you pull it back, it starts the video. The way to get this machine started and flying off the ground is you turn on the machine itself, you turn on your remote, you click all the way forward and all the way back, and the lights will sync up like that. And now you could turn on the camera, let's say, and then you get going. So that's how you get it started. I would highly recommend this. I think it is the quadcopter to start with for price and durability, and that you can replace anything on this for really cheap. So even if you bash it, you can have a lot of fun. Another tip, just right here at the end, I'm trying to think of everything. Everyone's got an extra little toothbrush that they use for, you know, cleaning whatever. One thing I would recommend is every time, let me see if I can get this in focus, every single time you get it back in, go in there and take a toothbrush, and you can see there's little dirt in there, little dirt pellets. Maybe if I can get it to focus. Try to get all that dirt out of there. Hair gets in there, dust. And try not to launch it out of sand or get it in sand or anything like that, because when you start it, the propellers will suck all that stuff into your motors and it'll burn them out real quick. And you'll notice that it's not going good because they won't spin freely, and you'll want to get in there and clean it. This video is getting pretty long. I hope I touched on everything. I'll do more videos. If you have questions, put them below. I'm going to cut to a video of me kind of doing it out in really, really windy conditions today. The camera is kind of goofy. It takes a little while to get used to, I'll just say that. And I've thought I had a bunch better videos, but I finally kind of figured it out, and now I actually have some video. So here it comes.